the donkey owner. They were having a way with me donkey. 2 of them, bold as brass in broad daylight. Oi, you! Get off me donkey! They looked at me, calm as you like, with smiles on their faces. The master needs it, they said. I racked my brain. The master? What master? Who's master? And then it came back to me. Ah, the deep, intense bloke who'd spoken to me a few weeks before. Out Jericho way. They must mean him. I've been going about my business, ordinary day, when I come across a crowd looking up into a tree. And there was a tiny bloke up there looking embarrassed and wishing the leaves had swallowed him up. Some were laughing and pointing, but others were also watching a preacher guy who was shouting something up at the tree guy. The little guy climbs down and the crowd follows as he and the preacher guy wander off to a house and disappear inside. The crowd started to disperse. But I got chatting with an olive seller who I'd known from years back, and he said that the preacher guy, Jesus, had spotted the little guy, Zacchaeus, up the tree while he was preaching. Apparently, Zacchaeus was the local tax collector. Scum! Jesus had spoken to him and asked if he'd go round his house for tea. Zacchaeus had agreed, and had half climbed, half fallen out the tree and set off for Jesus. And here we were. Well, we stood about and chatted about other stuff for a bit, and then out comes Zacchaeus, all in a flap. And he's promising to give away half of all of his possessions to the poor and pay back anyone he'd cheated 4 times over. Jesus comes out too, and he's smiling. And he shouts, "Surely salvation has come to this house today." Well, as you can imagine, there's a bit of a scrum. Zacchaeus gets mobbed by folk claiming to be poor and wanting his stash right now. And as the crowd's attention is distracted, Jesus picks me out, looks right at me and walks over. "I'll be needing a donkey," he says. "I understand you can help me." How did he know? I don't have a rent-a-donkey hat. Though, come to think of it, that's a very good idea. He didn't know me from Adam. I stammered and stuttered. What? I know, he said. And then he was gone. The master needs it. Of course, take her. She's all yours. Least I can do. Bye. The master needs it. The master needs it. The master needs me. Me! Wow. He needs me.